listening to Work It Lady, where the goal is for all ladies to be the best versions of ourselves. And if you happen to be a mom, be the best mom ever and maintain your sanity while we do it.
Nutrition is your new addiction. Go on and work it, lady. Yeah, that's how you work it, lady. It's never no, or maybe this is how you get it, baby. Work.
You're listening to Work It Lady, where the goal.
What is up? All right, ladies, let's get into it. Healthier food options at fast food restaurants. Let's be real, we all live busy lives. And even though I am your nutritional health coach, Clary, I'm going to keep it real and understand the fact that, hey, you might be a busy mom, you might be a busy businesswoman, and sometimes you are going to need to roll your car through the fast food line and get some fast food, okay? In this episode today, I'm just going to share with you some things that you can do um so that when you're ordering at the fast food restaurant, you're getting something that is not that bad, okay? Some of this is going to be kind of obvious. I'm going to try to make it like, give you really some extras, and things that you can eat, things that you can do, so that you are able to still, when you need it, get some fast food without, like, giving yourself the absolute worst. And of course, feel free to always drop me a line. Any questions that you have, I'm here to answer those questions for you. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, most of the time when we go to eat some fast food, this is what we're doing, right? It's like the burgers, the fries, the hot dogs. All of those things are what you find at the fast food establishments. Now, occasionally you will find some other things, available. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to tell you, like, kind of just from me as a nutritional health coach, like, if I have to go through the drive through, which drive throughs I'll go to, and like what I will get to eat at the different popular places. Okay. So hopefully this is beneficial to you. Hopefully there's something in here that, you actually are able to implement. Maybe you're like, hey, I never thought about that. Thanks for the tip. I'm totally going to do that. So hopefully that happens for you today. It would make me feel awesome if that does happen for you. Okay. So, first, though, let's talk about the problem with fast food. The problem with fast food is that it is overcooked. There's usually no nutritional value outside of protein and carbs. Protein, you definitely need that, but it is going to be associated with, a high fat content and everything. And so while it is, you're better off eating a burger than starving, you know what I mean? Of course. But at the same time, if you're eating burger after burger, day after day, which, don't get me wrong, your girl loves a burger, that is when it could become a problem. Now let me share with you something that I have found over the years that I've had to stop and kind of like very much limit at the fast food. So most of the fast food places, like Wendy's or whatever, they all have fries, right? I love fries, y'all, but you don't want to eat the fries at the fast food restaurant. Let's say, Wendy's is your place. For me, Wendy's is one of my places. I actually do not eat McDonald's. I have not had McDonald's in several years now. Um, and my kids don't even eat it. So there are some things that are on our no list. So McDonald's is just an absolute no. We just never eat it unless literally we are wandering through the wilderness. We are like famished. We have not eaten in 4 days, and the only thing is a McDonald's. Then we will cave and have McDonald's, but that has not happened and literally since my kids have been alive. So yeah, we just don't eat it. So, but again, we will eat Wendy's. I feel like Wendy's is a better option because although it's unhealthy food, it is actually real food. Like that is actually real beef. Like the bread isn't like, you know, so much gluten that it's just like not even bread like at McDonald's or whatever. So it's unhealthy food, but it is real food. And I will eat some unhealthy, like real food. Um But the fries are gonna be something that is a problem across the board for, no matter where you go, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, all those places, because they hold on to a lot of grease. And so what I used to do, like before I was a nutritional health coach and before I really like knew all the health things, right? I would be like, "Oh, I'm being healthier. I'm hungry. I don't want to eat like a full meal, from a fast food place. I'll just get fries." They're fried. And honestly, if you're gonna pick a choice, you're actually better off eating the burger a lot of the times than the fries, because while the burger does have a decent amount of fat, it is the natural fat that is in like the beef itself. Especially if you don't have it with cheese. I always say no cheese. So that's another hack you can do. Like maybe you are a cheese eater, you do eat dairy, but maybe just when you go out to fast food restaurants, just don't order your burger with cheese. That saves you some fat on there. Okay. Um, but yeah, so I now, have learned that it's actually better for us, if you got to make a choice, limit, but pick the burger instead of the fries, because the fries are deep fried. Fries are very absorbent and they actually hold a lot of the grease. So I was straight up like giving myself issues because I was gouging fries all the time and thinking I was like being better by, oh, I'm just having fries. You're not. Like you're actually better off having the burger. Um yeah. So that is my advice there. When you're going to the fast food restaurant, pick one or the other. Don't get the whole meal. I will just eat the burger. Like, okay, I'm just gonna have a number one Wendy's burger, no cheese. So I've saved myself the deep fried fries and I've saved myself the sugary drink. And I'm still saving myself, a lot of trans fat and everything, but I'm still able to get something, you're hungry. You're like, hey, I'm starving right now. So that is something that you could do that kind of saves you. Sometimes if you can just kind of cheat it a little bit. So that's a good thing to do is if you got to get like a burger from somewhere, just get the burger, no cheese on it. Don't get the fries. Don't get the soda. You save yourself, so many grams of sugar, and the heavy deep fried fat. So, you know, definitely do that. Okay. So let's talk about some of the things at some of the different places. So let's talk about some of these places. Now, what's nice is that some of these have actually, gotten better stuff on their menu. So like Wendy's does have salad. They actually in 30 countries now have salad on the menu. In some areas, I have noticed that they have limited the salads though. Like they don't have all the ones that they used to have. They also have chicken wraps as well. Some people are like, oh yeah, well the fat in the dressing is just the same amount as the burger. But it's still not a burger, guys. It's still healthier than eating a burger, for multiple reasons, which are common sense. So I'm not even going to get into that argument today. That'll be for another episode. But eating a salad, even if it has fatty salad dressing, is still going to be more healthy than eating a burger. So if you feel like doing that, if you can do that, Wendy's does have some great options for salads and burgers. You can certainly get it without cheese. You don't have to have all of the extra, fixings that they put on it. And that's a good option. Now, let me tell you a little hack that I do, okay? Because I like to find my little life hacks, okay? Let me tell you a little cheap thing that you could do. If you are in an area that has a Ruby Tuesdays has a salad bar. Girl, you can add the salad bar to any meal for $5.99, and some of their meals are pretty affordable. So if I actually have a minute, I will run down to Ruby Tuesdays and actually sit in there, have myself a little quiet time, and I will actually just get the salad bar only, which the salad bar also has some pasta on there and some other things besides just straight up lettuce salad. Have myself a glass of water and call it a day. So Ruby Tuesdays is a great affordable thing that you could do, and you can get a whole salad bar and they let you go back up to that bad boy multiple times. Okay, so you can eat all you can eat with some salad. Okay, just watch the dressings. Make sure you don't just like load your whole plate up with the potato salad only. You know what I mean? But do a mix. And a salad bar is a great thing to do too, because there's so many options that you can't like you wouldn't want to buy all that stuff at your house for a salad. Like I don't want to like buy a lot of the times like beets and radishes and all these other things. Like if I'm making a salad at home, I'm like gonna put 3, maybe 4 ingredients on it and call it a day. So what I'll do when I go to the Ruby Tuesdays is I will literally get everything that I don't buy at home. So I'm putting on, the radishes and, the sunflower seeds and all the other things that I just don't have time to buy or do at home. And it's already done for me. And then, of course, they do have the, pasta salad and potato salad with it and everything like that. Get the balsamic dressing. It is a little bit on the sugary side, but, it is not as high in fat. And you've got a quick, healthy option. They put the plate down pretty fast. You can go up and serve yourself the salad. It only took you a couple extra steps just to get out of the car. But it is a very good option and it is pretty fast too. So I know that Ruby Tuesdays isn't necessarily a sit down restaurant, but it can certainly, be a great fast food option. Okay. Now, Subway, I'm going to just call this one right here a bluff and say you are not eating healthy if you are eating a Subway sandwich. Is it better than fries and a burger? Yeah and no, only because the Subway food is highly processed. Those meats are like, to the point that they're almost just fake. And I say fake with quotes, you will have to define what fake means for you. But for me, it's just so much extra soy filler and all this other stuff. Their breads are horrible too. There's a whole thing on their breads a few years back. I can't remember what it was. Some of y'all may remember, but their bread is just like so horrible. Like it doesn't even have most of the things that bread has or something. I can't remember what all of it was. But anyway, I don't like the taste of their bread. Their bread even tastes fake to me. I don't like their toppings. I don't like anything that they have. What you can do if you are in a bind though is get the veggie one. Or even the tuna one. The tuna one, they put way too much mayo in, but hey, it is better than nothing. So I'll either do like the tuna one and be like, hey, put a whole bunch of veggies on that bad boy, or I'll just do the veggie one. Sometimes if I'm really desperate and I'm just feeling naughty, I will just have my traditional cold cut combo that I used to get back in the day when I did not actually care, and call it a day and just tell them to add a whole bunch of veggies to that. So that's something you can do too. So yeah, obviously Panera is a great option. Although I will be honest, guys, some of the stuff at Panera is almost just like cooking at home. Like as far as they're just cooking with regular stuff. You've got lots of cheese dishes and butters and all that stuff. So I mean, although it is real food, it could still be quote unquote not healthy, but it's a healthy option overall. Okay, so I feel like we all pretty much get it with Panera. Like that's definitely a good option. So just go for that. If you have a Panera, especially if you are really in a bougie little area and you've got the drive-through Panera, okay, we love those. All right, so hit up the drive-through Panera, get a salad, skip the chips, get the baguette or something instead, and call it a day. The other thing I do is if I get Chipotle, I will do it with no cheese. I will substitute and get the brown rice instead. So that cuts like the sugar content, I think almost in half, if I'm not mistaken. So that's something you can do too. I load it up with veggies. Don't get any of the dairy products on it. And when you do that, you've actually got something that's, fairly healthy, not too bad for fast food. Okay. So let us talk about, there was one other one on here that I wanted to go over. Where did it go? Oh, yes, Chick-fil-A. So Chick-fil-A, now they salads will get me in trouble. So, they're like, oh, the Chick-fil-A salad, it's got as much fat as a regular burger. But again, I don't care what nobody says. A salad is still healthier than a burger. Okay, it's just the fat content from the salad dressing itself. Lettuce is still healthy. Tomatoes are still healthy. You're still eating that. You know what I'm saying? So you are still getting some benefit from that. If you want to make it a little bit more healthy, do the grilled chicken instead. Some people don't like some of the additives and flavorings and things that they put on like the grilled chicken. I personally am like that. Like if I can taste that it has like that fake, almost like liquid smoke stuff on it or whatever that flavoring that they put on chicken that isn't actually grilled, but they make it look grilled. I would choose a fried option because I'm like, look, it doesn't have all those extra thing on it. I'm getting the grease, but I'll deal with the grease instead of, the fake over the top flavoring. So that's something you can do as well. Chick-fil-A, if you actually get the Chick-fil-A sandwich, and if you're like, look, I want the flavor of that Chick-fil-A sandwich, and I'm not gonna compromise. Just take off some of the fried bits, like at the edges of the sandwich, they got like all those extra little bits that are deep fried. Just pull those off. Focus on like the patty part, like the chicken patty part itself, and maybe skip some of the extra dressings and stuff on it, and that's not too bad, you know what I mean? So that's another option as well. They often have some better options for breakfast too, like they do have a grain breakfast oatmeal now, and they even have some chicken salads and things like that. So we're coming up. I would love to see a drive-through healthy restaurant only, not even like a Panera where it's like healthy but expensive and kind of fancy. I'm talking like, look, just make me just a healthy tuna sandwich. You know what I mean? Or let me just get a bag lunch. Can you give me like an apple, a peanut butter sandwich, and like, you know, a drink or a bottle of water? Like, I would love that. It'd be super cheap and good. So yeah, so anyway, let me see. Let me make sure there was nothing else that I wanted to touch on here. We touched on Panera. We talked about Chipotle. Oh, another one people sleep on is Starbucks. It is pricey, but sometimes I will even get that like protein box that they have. It's got like a hard-boiled egg. You got some multi-grain crackers, some nut butter. The nut butter in there is like pretty bare bones and like doesn't have all the other things in it. And so I will get that. So that is something in a buy. It's inexpensive, I think it's like 6, 7 something bucks, for a protein little box with a hard boiled egg and all these things that are actually pretty cheap, but they overcharge for. But hey, sometimes you gotta sacrifice the pennies, for the health. So I will do that. Some other great places that I love that are fast, that have healthy foods, it's Kava. Kava is the jam. Like you could literally eat so many of the options at Kava and it's all pretty healthy. Like there's really nothing there that is going to be harmful. They even have a lot of non-dairy dressings, like and everything. So it's really good too. I also like Smoothie King and Sweet Green. Lots of really great options there as well. Okay. So anyway, guys, what I want to say with this one is the key is when you go out, understand that there are going to be times that you have to eat fast food. Don't feel bad about it, but just make better choices. Some of the better choices we talked about today was when you order fast food out, skip the cheese, skip the fries. Try to get something as bare bones if you can. Even try to like remove excess pieces of like the fried chicken, like the skin and stuff like that when you're getting like a regular um Chick-fil-A sandwich, little things like that. Skip the soft drink. Skip, the fries, substitute it for a bottle of water instead. Sometimes they won't even upcharge you if you get a bottle of water instead of a drink, or go for the iced tea, the unsweetened iced tea. I will do that often too. Okay. So just try to make better decisions like that. That is really what has helped me so that I'm not always feeling guilty. And at the same time, you do have to eventually, stop eating certain things. So the fries is one that is kind of easy to cut out. I do miss them. I do have them occasionally. Don't get me wrong, but I have them far less. Like most of the times that I go through the drive-through, I'm not getting fries. I might do that a couple times a year now because I just can't. But I've also abused the fry privilege. I've abused my privileges to eat French fries. Maybe you haven't, so you can eat probably a little more of them than I can. Okay. All right, ladies, if you have any questions on the information here about, just a few healthier options for fast food, go ahead and let me know. Let me get this up on the screen too. There's some other places that also deserve some honorable mentions. Panda Express, there's lots of things on the menu at Panda Express. If you have one of those in your area, definitely pop in there. Again, sometimes it just takes getting out of the car just to get a healthier option. They definitely have like stir fried veggies. A lot of their things though, you do have to watch because they are, the sauces that have a lot of sugar content. A lot of them, start with like a sugary base and then they add, like the red chilies and soy sauce to it. But anyway, at the base of it, it's like very sugary. So you do have to watch out for that. But other than that, Panera can be a very, I'm not Panera, Panda Express can be a very good option. When I'm at Panda Express, I will substitute the rice or the lo mein for like more veggies. There is an upcharge for that at most places, but you know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. Or I will just opt for the small one and say, just give me like one entree and some veggies. But again, you're able to still get something. You've got a little bit of the taste, you've got that fast food vibe, the fast food feel, but are kind of limiting all of the things. You're watching out for like the high sugar with the sugary drinks, and you're watching out for the carbs by watching the rices and the bread, and watching the dairy by avoiding, adding cheese to your thing. Now, the other thing you could do if you're looking at the screen, I've got like this little sandwich up here. There are some women out there that I admire so much. They're so good at like packing little things for themselves. I've gotten a lot better at that over the years, especially now that I have little ones. I am always packing something before we leave. So I will always try to have like fresh water that I can just grab right by the door and put it in our car. So we've always got water. So now we don't have to say, hey, let's stop at a convenience store and get water. Oh, while we're here, let's also get a candy bar and some other sugary drink. Nope, we're good. We got our water. We're about to sip on this water while we go down the road. So packing water is a great thing to do, saves you money and saves you from getting a sugary drink. You can also pack some snacks. I always will put like an apple in my bag, apples for my little ones, nuts, walnuts especially, you will always find on me. And sometimes when you have just that little thing in your bag, it will prevent you from getting fast food. If you're able to like straight up do a sandwich like this where you can, have this awesome sandwich already pre-done and you can eat that instead of going out, that is always a great thing to do. Okay. All right, ladies, I really hope that this information has helped you today. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop me a line. Thank you so much for listening to Work It Lady, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Lady, where the goal is for all ladies to be the best versions of ourselves. And if you happen to be a mom, be the best mom ever and maintain your sanity while we do it.
Nutrition is your new